Earlier today, high school students throughout the county taking part in the second annual Journalism Day. The journalism students got to participate in workshops that cover everything from news writing, press photography to media ethics. 23 ABC's chief photographer Grant Simpson shows us the sights and sounds of this story.
Sound on tape is a really fancy way to say an interview.
Journalism Day is so cool because it's letting the students that are in our journalism programs throughout the high school district get a glimpse of, I feel like, the way journalism should be. They're getting a glimpse of what they could be doing in the future from actual professionals.
That way you can see the difference between a radio broadcast and a television broadcast piece. Very, very different.
So in the broadcast session, there were 3 professionals. We kind of just were able to talk about our experiences in broadcast journalism, from going to college, what we majored in, what the path from college to our first job was, and the experience of actually working in the business.
I never write a full script for myself when I'm out in the field because you don't want to memorize something. When you start to memorize something, if you stray from a word, you're like, oh, I messed the whole thing up, and then you get flustered.
I think it's amazing for these students to be able to hear from real life professionals because they're able to ask the questions that they want to know so that they can determine if this is something that they want to pursue after high school.
After starting the season 2 and 4, they were taking on El Camino College in this one. So that was my lead. That's what we call on cam.
You get to see the growth they had, how they started from the bottom, and now they're doing what they always wanted to do and how they got there, so it was pretty interesting.
That's the sun hitting you, so if I was to move you, or if I was to move myself, now we got a fairly even light source.
One of the other ones that was a hit was photography. So a lot of us advisors that are in the Kern High School District may not have as much photography background as our speaker did today. So they're able to learn and gain a whole lot more knowledge coming to something like this than we as advisors can give them in the classroom.
It's one of the big ethical violations.
It's pretty awesome how you get to be in that environment and work with a lot of papers and just knowing what's around your community.
It's emerging. It's going to change constantly.
That story was put together by our chief photographer Grant Simpson. 9 different schools from around the county were at the event, and they also participated in an on-site competition.